Hey there, welcome to class. We're going to be hitting 3 posture drills 2 times through. I'll give you some more advanced options on the second round, but remember you can take whatever level works for where you are right now. A yoga block would be helpful. First movement, we're going to get on our backs and get ready to take a bridge. So come on down, find some space between your low back on the ground or maybe just a little softness, but do not try to press it into the floor or excessively arch it anytime during this workout, okay? Pin the block between your thighs. Walk your feet away, out of reach from your fingertips. Typically, I ask you to bring your heels within reach. Today, we're trying to get the hamstrings to get used to being in better control of this pelvic position. So go ahead and walk your feet away as far as you think you can start for your warm-up. You can always adjust as you need. And we're gonna drive up and hold a bridge. So take a breath in. Exhale, pull the ribs toward the spine without pushing that gap closed. Tuck the tail under. Now you're going to feel that space disappear. And then push up to a bridge. Oops. There we go. The block should be set so that it makes your knees about hip width apart. For me, it's this middle setting. Squeeze that block, tuck the tail, pull your feet into the floor. Hold on here. Keep breathing. If you want to help with your upper body posture a little more, you could reach your arms overhead and push your shoulder blades around the bend. Now you're pulling your feet into the floor. You're reaching through the fingers. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, roll down 1 notch at a time all the way to your back again. Let's move our feet a little farther away, just like an inch or 2, unless you feel like you have a lot of space. We're going to hit 2 more rounds of this, just so you know where we're heading. And take a breath in. Exhale the ribs toward the spine. Tuck the tail under, drive up, squeeze your block, pull your feet into the floor. If your feet are so far away that the front of the foot's kind of hovering or not pulling into the floor, you could even take it up and drive the heel into the floor. That's fine with me. Keep squeezing your block. Big inhale. Big exhale, stay up here. 1 more big inhale, reach closer to the ceiling. Now we're keeping those ribs in this nice canister position. You could even feel, oh yeah, lots of strength here. Exhale. Last inhale, make it the biggest. Last exhale, make it the biggest. So keep going, even when you feel like you're empty. You're probably not. Keep pushing. Once you get to empty, now you can undo your bridge. I can't talk. I ran out of oxygen. And go back to normal breathing. Okay, if you've got a little bit more space to walk that foot a little bit further out, do it. I mean, you could go all the way to here. Think about where our gait pattern is. We need strength in this hamstring here where we are swinging our leg as we move through the pattern of walking, to keep it simple. So let's try it. Let's try where we are. No matter where you are, this is like the most challenging position of the day, yeah? So drive those heels into the floor before you even lift off. Inhale the fingertips toward the ceiling. Exhale the low ribs down. Tuck the tail and drive up. Ooh, you should be feeling the hammies now. Glutes might be helping, but hamstrings are turned on. Keep pulling through the heel. Keep those big toes, or those toes pointing toward the sky. Keep tucking the tail. Let's take 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Blow all the air out. 2 more. Exhale. And last 1. Exhale everything out. Don't come down yet. Now you're on E. Pause for a second. And now let yourself inhale and roll down. All right. That was your first movement. Let's move on to the second movement. We're going to be just moving over to a side plank position. Don't need the block. So we're going to be pressing from the forearm and the shin, which means we're going to be tucking the knees back a bit. so that our shins are basically perpendicular to our body. So I don't want your legs all lengthened out here. I want your knees at 90 degrees, maybe even less than. And we're going to take a breath. Exhale, push the hips to the ceiling. If you want this top arm to help support you, you can go so high that maybe your knee pops off, you're stabilizing your bottom knee. And then if you want more, you could pick up that top foot, push your hips toward me. We're going to hang out here for 20 seconds. I don't care how high this top leg goes. Mostly we're working on getting this stuff to compress. So inhale here through this side. Exhale, try to get this stuff squished a little bit closer together. Just one more breath. Big exhale. Keep holding on. 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Nice work. That was almost 40 seconds. Let's repeat that on the other side. See if you can, again, set up in that same position. So kicking the heels back quite a bit. We're going to drive up. Inhaling. That knee's coming so high it floats up. Maybe the top foot lifts off the ground. If you want even more, you could try to pivot the ankle higher without moving the hip forward. So we're trying to internally rotate our thigh. Top arm can support. Inhale here. Do this side, top side. Exhale, blow it out. Push your hips into extension toward me. If you're not shaking yet, congratulations. You're doing better than me. Here we go. Last breath. Exhale. Bring it down. Nice work. All right. Third and final movement, you will require a wall to push into with the hands. So if you need to adjust your position, go ahead and do that real quick. Heavy piece of furniture will work as well. All right, here we are on our third exercise. The wall's in reach here. I want you to plant your hands on the wall with your fingertips facing down, and then with a slightly bent elbow, or maybe more than slightly bent elbow. Then I want you to pick your feet up and just let them dangle right next to your butt with the knees floating right over the hips. Again, you've got that neutral spine, so you're not smashing your low back to the ground. This is really important on this one. And then I want you to push your hands into the wall so hard that your bones actually kind of slide across your tissue, across your body. So if you watch me, I'm going to push, and my whole body kind of shoots down away from the wall. Pull your elbows toward one another. So you have some nice tension here. And then we're going to work from here, okay? So low back is still neutral, not smashed into the floor. Check in on that. I guarantee you if you start doing amazing things, it's probably because you're kickstanding your low back to the ground. So let's inhale here. Exhale, reach one heel and tap. Don't take the tap away until your exhale is fully empty. Check in before you come back that your low back hasn't pushed down or up in this action. And then bring it back in, inhale. Exhale, tap. Inhale, bring it in. Now the distance you tap is up to you, but again, you've got to do it without moving the spine through the spine at all. And it's the more you exhale, the more effective this is going to be. Here comes number 4. We've got 4 more. Shake your arms out if you need to. Here we go. Big inhale, pull those knees or those elbows toward each other. Make sure your knees are floating over your hips. Exhale. Reach, push, push, push with the arms. Inhale. I can barely talk. Exhale, tap. Last pair. Big exhale, push. Last one. And give yourself a hug. Really nice work. Those are definitely the most challenging for me. Okay, let's cycle through that one more time. All right, final set of 2. Let's start again with our iso bridges. This time you have the option of going to a single leg. If that doesn't work out, you can keep both feet on the ground, okay? Come on down, plant your feet, walk them away. Try to get them to the biggest range that you can imagine getting with one leg off the ground. Take a big breath in, exhale the low ribs toward the spine. Tuck the tail under and drive up to your bridge. If you are to the point where you feel that your toe is light on the ground, you can drive the heels into the ground. Think about pulling into this bridge rather than pushing, okay? So you're actually going to feel maybe your bones kind of slide across the tissue of your back closer to your heels when you start to pull. Got it? Okay. So here we are in our iso bridge. I want you to now try to lift one leg off. Before you start, drive the right leg strong into the floor. Try to pull through the foot, the whole foot. And then we're going to pull even harder. Lighten the left leg until you can effort it to your chest. We are pulling that knee to chest. Drive strong through that right heel. Try to keep pulling down into the ground. If you want a little more, you could try to crunch up the right shoulder toward the left knee, okay? Not the elbow. I don't care where your elbow is. Get the shoulder as close to that knee as possible. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the left foot back. Pull your shoulder blades back down. Load up the left leg nice and strong. Get ready to lift the right leg off. Ready? And come on into it. Right knee to chest. Try to get the same distance between the heel and the butt as the other side. Tuck the tail under. Drive the hips up while you pull through the floor with the left heel. And then if you want more, you could pull that left shoulder toward the right knee. Don't pull your right knee closer to your shoulder. Let's hold it for 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3. Keep pulling into the floor. 2, 1. Bring everything down. Tuck into a ball. Nice work. Let's try one more set on each side, then we'll move on to exercise number 2. So now you know what's coming. You can experiment with a little more length if you've got it. Ready? Inhale. Exhale the ribs toward the spine. Drive up to your bridge, both feet on the floor. Shift your weight into the right foot strong as you can. And drive that left knee to your chest. Hold it here. Start. Pulling that right heel into the floor. You can adjust out if you want a little more, as long as you keep that hip extending all the way. So if your butt's starting to drop, maybe you've gone a little too far, or if you lose your tail tuck. Then shoulder to elbow, or sorry, shoulder to knee. 10 seconds here. 7. If you want to exhale some more space, you can do that. 3, 2, 1. Set that left foot back. Draw the right shoulder down. Take a breath. Start to pull through the left heel as you exhale. Lighten the right knee to your chest. Pull strong through the floor in that left heel. Tuck the tail strong and pull the left shoulder toward the right knee. And let's keep going. Again, you can breathe. Big breath in through that left side ribs. Exhale. Try to get your shoulder a little closer to your knee. One more breath. Blow it out. Slowly uncurl and put the foot down. Peel down. Hug your knees to your chest again. Nice work. Feel some work here, yeah? That is our hamstrings working hard, learning how to take care of that pelvic position. All right, next up, come on up to seated. Moving into the side plank once more. I'm gonna get nice and firm. Oh, let's start on the same side again. Nice and firm. Nothing changes here. We're just gonna try to work a little more space into the top side ribs and a little less or a little more scrunch into the bottom side ribs, okay? If round 1 you were like, there's no way my butt's getting off the ground, that is okay. I'm going to drive strong into the forearm and the shins and just try to push and feel this work here, okay? I can still feel a lot of work right here without lifting my hips off the ground. Big breath in through this outside rib, and then drive the hips straight up and toward me. So into extension, tuck your tail, squeeze through that bottom hip, pull into the floor with that forearm, pick up the top knee, maybe pick up the ankle, and let's take 3 breaths here. So breathe into this side rib on the top half. Exhale, try to pull the low ribs closer to the hips and vice versa. 2 more. Reach that top shoulder arm long. Last one. Extend the hip. Below. Come on down. Not so bad, right? Other side. If it's your neck that's dying, you could always support your head rather than reach. Here we go. Kick the heels back. Check that your shins are perpendicular to the length of your body. Take a breath in through this top side rib. Exhale, pull into the forearm into the floor. Either lift off or just press firm here. Feel some work here. Here we go. Maybe pick up the top knee, maybe the top ankle. So either way, and let's take a breath in right here. Exhale, blow it out. Push the hip into extension. That means squeeze the butt on the bottom hip. Get all the air out. 2 more. Blow it like you're blowing up a balloon. Last one. Inhale, big here. Exhale, blow. Pull that forearm into the floor. And we're down. Ooh, that outer hip died on the second side. Only 1 more exercise to go. We're going to be again at the wall on our backs. All right, here we are on our backs. About 6-ish inches from the crown of our head to the wall. Close enough that we can get a nice elbow bend as we push our hands into the wall. Find a neutral spine with your heels floating. So that means no kickstanding. Remember, that's the hard part to remember here. And we're going to take a breath in. Exhale the ribs toward the spine without kickstanding the low back and pushing the elbows toward one another while you drive your palms into the wall. Push through the whole hand, not just the heels of the hands. So the knuckle mound, the thumb, the fingers, all that stuff. Push firm, keep pulling the elbows toward each other. And let's do our first inhale here. Nothing moves on the inhale. Exhale, tap your right heel to the floor. Don't let your pelvis tilt from the position it's in right now. Get all the air out. Keep pushing into the wall. Make yourself shake. And then when you're empty, inhale and pull the knee back up. And exhale, tap the other leg till you're empty. And then retract. 6 more like that. We're going for 8. Remember that if you're able to tap all the way away from the wall, like with a long leg, check that you're not kickstanding or pushing your low back into the floor, and also that you're able to get all the breath out and then all the breath in an organized fashion. If you're not able to breathe in these positions, you don't own them. And that means you're probably not ready for them. I'm talking to you like I'm your mother. This is 5. 6. 2 more. Arms are dying. Last 2, best ones. And inhale. Last one. Oh my. Inhale and die. Maybe while you're here, you just plant your feet wide, like if you had a yoga mat, wider than your yoga mat edges, and then let your knees seesaw or wiper back and forth. This might feel really good. while you let the blood come back into your fingers. All that squeezing. And you are welcome to hang out here and do a little more stretching on your own. Thank you so much for working with me today on rib position to hip position and getting a little fiery in the meantime. I appreciate your attendance.